Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Pull Up. So get your blood rolled and your drink poured. Alright? Now what we here on today, Mr. Roll Up? Detroit team gives birth at home. Then, damn, what did it say? Then claims baby was found on her porch. Birth at home. Alright, let's get into it.
Another big story we're following at this hour, a teen terrified after having a baby. She told a tale saying she found it. That story didn't add up. Now that girl is talking with Fox 2's Jessica Dupek. Jess is live on Detroit's west side. Jessica.
Roop, a nonprofit reached out to us a couple of days ago saying that teen mom, she wanted to speak out, especially after her story went absolutely viral. She wants to set the record straight as to why she made up this story. And it really boils down to the fact that she was incredibly scared about what was happening and she didn't want to burden her mom.
How does this all make you feel?
I'm happy now. I was just scared at first, but...
And how old are you?
16.
Peyton Peoples didn't even know she was pregnant until it was happening on Thanksgiving.
I was laying in bed, my water had broke, and I went in the bathroom, and I had Paxton. And let me go into depth a little more.
3 pushes into the toilet, and there he was. Peyton's mom, Kyra, was at a family member's Peyton home alone.
I cleaned him off, and then I looked up on TikTok how to cut my umbilical cord, and I cut the cord.
She was terrified and spun a tale that someone dumped the baby on the porch of her family's West Side Detroit home. He was never on the porch.
Huh? Why on my porch? That's what I kept asking. Why on my porch? Why my porch? Why my porch?
Kyra believed her daughter. They're close. Posting this on social media, and it spread everywhere. They called 911. Detroit police then brought Peyton into Children's Hospital downtown Detroit to be ruled out as the mom. That's when Peyton fessed up. Little Paxton was hers.
It was already hard for her to raise us, so it was like, that's just adding another burden on her back, and I didn't want to do that. You're not hurting. The baby is always a blessing. It was just that my baby went through this by herself.
Kyra, a single mom to 4 kids. Money was already tight, and now a grandbaby.
So we're going to figure it out. I'm going to keep going to work. She's going back to school. I'm going to do midnights. She's going to go to school in the day. We're going to switch off.
Now, one topic that Peyton Peoples didn't want to talk about today was the baby's father. We do know he was murdered 7 months ago during a robbery. Now, that nonprofit I mentioned earlier suggested that this family start a GoFundMe page, especially this time of year. Money is very tight. Once we have that information, we'll post it on our website if you want to help. Reporting live on Detroit's West Side, Jessica Dupek, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, and you think about what this young lady went through. So many others out there, maybe in a similar situation. The lesson here is obviously to try your best to fess up, even when things seem hard, and it's going to be an uphill battle for the baby's sake and for the family's sake.
Yeah, Ruben.
All right. That's enough of that. Y'all heard that, right? Drink pour, man. I ain't even sipping out the cup for this one. This one coming straight out the bottle. You know what I'm saying? Nah, why is that, Mr. Roll Up? Because I'm going to keep some real deal with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into it, right? All right, first thing first. Let's start with Roop Raj. Roop Raj was the news reporter that was just talking to the Indian guy. What he said if things happen or whatnot, just fess up. You know what I'm saying? And that was 100. You feel me? And basically, I'm gonna make this commentary about coming clean, confessing, holding that ill. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. So let's start this all the way from the top, right? She had this child And she said she didn't know that she was having a child. If you ask me, I think she lying about that. You know what I'm saying? First of all, most women know when they pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had symptoms and things like that. I know this. I done been around plenty of women that was pregnant and had kids and things like that. Now, don't get me wrong. It is some women that do have kids and they don't know. But for the most part, y'all be knowing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she was lying about it because she got a strict ass mama. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, her mama actions. Like, of course, she held her composure, but you could tell her mama one of them strict ass, hard on, cuss a lot, beat your ass type of mamas. You know what I'm saying? And she probably just didn't want to tell her because she knew her mama would have got on her ass. Also, you heard them saying how the money is tight. The mother is a single mother of 4 kids with no money. So, yes, especially in Detroit. Y'all know anything about Detroit women? They are ratchet. You know what I'm saying? Especially a single woman of 4 kids, very ratchet. You know what I'm saying? So I could just imagine how she talked to her kids. You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, she probably got that 16-year-old watching the other children that she got. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, she work overnight and things like that. The 16-year-old probably the oldest kid, and she probably be having that kid watch all the other kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just imagine she one of them type of women. I'm a Detroit nigga. I know how this shit go. You know what I'm saying? Nah, the daughter lied about her pregnancy. She went to the bathroom and she had the baby, right? So she had the baby. She had to come up with a story real quick. So the story was, my bad, the baby was on the porch. Somebody left the baby on the porch. What the fuck is the chances of that? Especially in Detroit. In the wintertime, it is snowing here. It is roughly about 20 degrees here. And somebody just leave their infant newborn child on your porch. What's the chances of that? That's some movie shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, man. If it was the summertime, maybe a little more believable. But in the winter, come on, man. So what happened? They called 911. The police show up. They take her and the baby to the hospital. What happened? They do a DNA test. And they found out that she was the mother of that child. The teenager, the 16-year-old. They find out she the mother of the child. Here you go. That's your kid. The fuck is you talking about? You found the baby on the porch. No, you didn't. That's your child. You had this child. So of course, they had to run and check on the 16-year-old. They had to check her body and all of that. And of course, they found out it was her kid, and you know what I'm saying. They went through all that shit. So now at this point, she don't got no choice but to tell the truth, which she didn't want to do. She went this goddamn far to not tell her mama the truth because, like I said, I could guarantee you she got one of them strict ass crazy mamas. You know what I'm saying? Well, with that being said, shit went viral all over the place. So I get the teenager, was trying not to get whooped or beat on, whatever, whatnot by her mama. But now you didn't cause your mama this big ass embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? She held her composure on camera. But I'm pretty sure when the cameras went off, mama beat that ass. You know what I'm saying? And she got on her daughter ass. So with all that being said, the teenager, she basically left with taking care of this child on her own, as y'all heard. The baby daddy got killed some months ago in a robbery. I told you how dangerous robbing is. You know what I'm saying? The nigga was out here robbing somebody and he got killed. Like, that's some dangerous shit, you know? And that's what he was doing. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So now this 16-year-old is left with raising her child pretty much by herself. You know what I'm saying? Her child don't have a father. Put it that way, right? So now that make it even harder on the mother. Again, I know she getting the business from her mama and making this shit go viral. It's been on the news and everything. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that know that family, everybody that stay on that block, they looking at that mama like, damn, you know, like your daughter didn't want to talk to you, you know, like what the fuck going on up in there? You know what I'm saying? So this been a complete embarrassment to the mother. And not only that, she has a grandchild on top of her 4 kids. Okay. Now we got all that out the way. So what you guys say about this, Mr. Roll Up? Well, this is why I got drank poor. Cause I want to kick the real with y'all. So all the seasoned vets, all the youngins that's tuned in to the channel, all the middle-aged people, everybody. I need everybody to listen up. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all some real shit, right? That drink kicking in. It's time to go in. You know what I'm saying? How about that? Now, I done told y'all about my daddy. My daddy is a fucking gangster. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my father. You know, my daddy was an original YBI member. Y'all know about YBI from back in the 80s, Young Boys Incorporated. You know what I'm saying? They was heavy on the west side of Detroit. They was from the hoods of Woodrow Wilson, 12th Street, Dexter Linwood, Number Streets, West Warren. You know what I'm saying? My daddy was YBI West Warren. You know what I'm saying? So all he knew was gangster shit. He was a drug dealer, you know what I'm saying? And he did what the fuck he did. When I came along, he had to change it up. But he still had that gangster mentality in him. You know what I'm saying? My mama was the bookworm. She was the smart one. You know, back then, that's how niggas moved. The drug dealers got with the brainiac chicks. You know what I'm saying? That was their balance type shit, right? So that's what happened with me. Well, anyway, with all that being said, when they had me, my mama said, hey, we got to make a better living for our child, which is me, the firstborn. You know what I'm saying? Well, they moved from West Warren to 7 Mile. That's when I came up, right? Well, with that being said, my daddy put that gangster shit in me from day one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I know. That's why I come on here and I keep it real with y'all about everything. Cause my daddy always kept it real with me, you know, about everything. My daddy ain't hold back shit. He kept everything 100. You know what I'm saying? And I respect it. I done told y'all plenty of stories about my daddy, so I don't gotta run all that shit down. Just so y'all know, my daddy kept everything 100. You know what I'm saying? So now fast forward to tape. Here I am, a grown man with my own kids. I keep it 100 with my kids because my daddy always kept it 100 with me. So with that being said, right, about 2 years ago, no, maybe about 3 years ago, right, my oldest daughter, she came to me and she said, Dad, is Santa Claus real? I told her no. You know what I'm saying? Nah, y'all probably like, why would you do that? Why would you crush a kid's dream? Blah, 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 all that dumbass shit. Listen, when your kids ask you some shit like that, it's because they know. And if you lie to them, guess what? They don't feel comfortable with coming to you because you still trying to Google Gaga them. You know what I'm saying? So if they get to asking you shit like that, just keep it a bean and tell them what it is. You know what I'm saying? When I told my daughter no, guess what she said? She said, I knew that. I just wanted to know what you gonna tell me. I said, how you know that? She said, I didn't seen you putting presents under the Christmas tree, acting like you was Santa Claus. Ain't that some shit? The same exact thing that happened when I was a kid. I caught my daddy putting presents under the damn Christmas tree. I didn't see my daughter seeing me do it, but my daddy seen me seeing him do it. When my daddy seen me watching him do it, you know what he did? He said, all right, well, you know Santa Claus ain't real. You know I'm Santa Claus, so go ahead. Ever since then, they didn't play that Santa Claus shit with me because they knew that I knew that he wasn't real. So now here you go, fast forward the tape. With my daughter coming to ask me, and I didn't catch her, you know what I'm saying? But she caught me and she asked me, and she was looking for my honesty, and I gave it to her. I'm like, hey, if she asking, that means she must know something. You know what I'm saying? Because I was raised around realness. So I couldn't do nothing but keep it real. I was like, nah. And she told me the whole deal. So I pat myself on the back for keeping it real with my daughter because she already knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I'm telling y'all to keep it real. Keep it real with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Not only that. So now this was maybe 2 years ago, right? I'm riding around the car with my kids. We talking and shit. You know, I got the music playing, right? They know the songs that I listen to because I've been listening to the same shit. So they know the songs that I listen to, right? So we riding around, the music blasting and shit. I look in my rear view, I catch my daughter in the back seat rapping one of the songs that I was playing. I'm paying attention to her lip movement and she cussing, you know what I'm saying, with the song. While it's cussing and while the song going, she cussing with it. But of course, she keeping it real low, so I don't hear it, but the music blasting. So she thinking I don't hear her or nothing, you know, she just going with the flow. I caught her cussing. So you know what I did? I pulled over. I told my kids, I said, look, I know y'all cuss. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I want out of y'all. I want y'all to cuss around me. They like, what? We don't cuss. We don't do that. I'm like, look, cut it out. I know y'all cuss. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to be comfortable with me. Let's just be real. I was y'all age at one point. I did the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know what's going on. So y'all keep it real with me. I don't mind y'all cussing around me. Just don't do it around your grandma, you know, your people, school, or none of that. Y'all only can cuss around me. I know y'all like, Mr. Roller, what kind of shit is that? You got little girls. Why would you ever have them do that? Blah, 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 blah. Guess what? When they go to school, they cussing. When they on the school bus, they cussing. When they having recess, they cussing. Why would I want my kids to cuss around everybody but me? Why would I want my kids to be comfortable with everybody except me? When they come home to me, they got to straighten up. They got to tone it down. They got to cut it out. But when they go out in the world, they comfortable. They being them. No, no, everything start at home. So yes, I told my kids, y'all can cuss around me. Just don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? My kids gained a newfound respect for me. So guess what? They started cussing around. They got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Now my kids to a point where they don't do all of their cussing. At first, they was cussing a lot because they was trying to get it all out their system. You know, been a few times like, hey, chill out, you're doing too much. You know, but now they to a point where they can cuss and then they know how to do it without cussing. Like, they comfortable with me. They know that I don't trip on it. So now they don't got to do as much cussing. You know what I'm saying? They just cuss here and there now. You know? That's how you want your kids to be. You want your kids to be comfortable with you. So by the time they get to a teenage age and they start getting active, they will be comfortable with coming to you and talking to you about whatever it is that they're going through. You remember a point in time when you was a teenager and you was going through things. Well, guess what? Your kids is gonna do the same. So why sit up there and sugarcoat it and play with them? You know what I'm saying? Keep it real with yours. They are yours. Keep it real with them. You know what I'm saying? They're not going nowhere. So why play with them? You want to play with them, you know what they're going to do? They're going to turn 16 one day and they're going to be just like this girl, this 16-year-old teenager I just showed y'all. They're going to be so scared of you that they're not going to tell you nothing. And then they might fuck around and get into a situation like this right here, where they get pregnant and they scared to come tell you because you always been strict on them. You always been hard on them. You always shut them down on everything. And now they don't know how to talk to you. So guess what they do? They turn around and publicly embarrass your ass. You know what I'm saying? This is why you always keep it real with yours, man. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that I do around my kids, I smoke and I drink around my kids. Sure do. You know what I'm saying? My daddy always smoked around me. He always had his beers around me. You know what I'm saying? And you know what that did for me? That made me comfortable with him because he kept it real around me. He didn't have to go outside to go smoke a cigarette. He didn't have to run up to his room to drink a beer. He do it in front of him. Hey, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I do the same thing with my kids. Guess what? When my daddy used to do that with me, I knew not to touch his shit because I knew how my daddy felt about his shit. So I knew not to play with him because he kept it real with me. He always don't touch this. This grown up shit. This my shit. Don't touch this. You see what I'm doing with this? This not for you. You know what I'm saying? And I never touched this shit ever. Well, let me keep it a bean. I smoked one of his cigarettes when I was like 12 years old, and it wasn't for me. I never smoked a cigarette since. You know what I'm saying? That was the only thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm around his beers, his cigarettes, I don't touch that shit. Out of respect for him. You know what I'm saying? But if he didn't introduce me to that shit and I was just around his shit, man, I'd be smoking his cigarettes and drinking. I'd be doing all of that shit. But because he set me down and kept it real with me, hey, it's my shit. Don't fuck with this. This ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? I had that respect for him. Now fast forward to tape. The same thing with my kids. I smoke my weed. I have my little drink, right? Guess what they do? They don't even look at my shit because they know how I feel about mine, and they had that respect for me and my shit. You know what I'm saying? How about that? Moral of the story. Keep it real with yours, man. Because you could wake up one day and be faced with the same similar situation just like this. All because you want to play this, what can you say, goo goo gaga role with your kids. Your kids, they grow older and smarter and wiser every single day. So when they start getting to a point when they start asking different things, just keep it real. Tell them what it is. Because guess what? They don't go back in time. They go forward. So whatever you don't keep it real with them about, somebody in their class gonna tell them, a teacher gonna tell them, the damn school bus driver gonna tell them, you know what I'm saying? Or if not, the internet is gonna tell them. You are their first teacher. This is not back in the 60s and 70s no more. My bad, y'all. We can't live that lifestyle no more. This ain't that. This is a new day and age. You got the internet out here. You know what I'm saying? The internet runs the world. So if you don't keep it real with your kids, the internet will. You know what I'm saying? How about that? Real shit. I keep it so honey with my kids. They let me know when something ain't right. They let me know when scam people calling them, you know what I'm saying? Trying to play that cyber relationship shit with them and all. My kids let me know. Because I keep it so real with them. And my kids only 10 and 8. You know what I'm saying? That's just real shit. When you keep it real with yours, they keep it real with you. And that's exactly why I say that this mother, she was one of them strict, crazy ass mamas. You know what I'm saying? Because this 16-year-old teen, she wouldn't even tell her mama she was pregnant. Not smoking weed, not got kicked out of school, not went to jail overnight. You know what I'm saying? She was having a whole human being in her stomach. And then when she had it, she told her mama, hey, I found this baby on the porch. That's just how scared and uncomfortable she was with her own mama. So again, that tell me what type of mentality her mama had. And this is why I'm telling y'all, don't do that to your kids. You know what I'm saying? Your kids will resent you. And then it's gonna get to a point when something big like this happen. And instead of them coming to you, this shit gonna be all over the internet. And they gonna embarrass your ass. How about that? It's been another episode of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blood rawed and your dry port.